In order to unlock life-changing gains in the crypto bull market, you're gonna need a detailed plan to not only search the market and find hidden gems, but find the ones that have the potential to make you millionaires. In this video, I'm gonna be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to do just that. It's time to discover crypto. Now, first of all, in case no one has told you yet, or you've gotten distracted, the bull run has started. Now, the bulls are back and they're running, but that doesn't mean that it's only up from here. Remember that we can still see double-digit corrections even in the heart of a bull run. So watch yourself and stay safe out there. Just like you saw, we hit $69,000 Bitcoin again, or all-time highs, and immediately saw a 10% pullback. Now, as you know, many altcoins will outperform Bitcoin in the later stages of the bull run. We'll see life-changing gains popping off in the alt market all over the place. And in order to make sure you're picking winners and not losers in the alt space, it's very important to have a system. So today, we're gonna be walking through a few tips and tricks to help you vet altcoins and separate hidden gems from fool's gold. This comes from an outstanding thread on X from a user known as Deebs_DeFi. By the way, if you're not following Discover Crypto on X, make sure you go ahead and do so, because that's where we drop all of our urgent updates. So let's kick things off with step one. You need to pick a narrative. Now, this is perhaps the most crucial part of finding any hidden gem. If you get distracted trying to chase gains in every sector of crypto, you're more than likely going to be late to the party and end up just getting dumped on. So pick a niche you understand and start getting involved. Learn the ins and outs and make your high conviction picks from this niche. It could be Bitcoin layer 2s, it could be modular blockchains, gaming, DeFi, or whatever area you think you're going to understand the most of. Pick something that is hot, something that people are actively talking about and engaging with. And you should see a lot of activity on socials about the project. Ideally though, you do want to be picking something that is pretty new. The best example is going to be one that I mentioned, which is of course going to be Bitcoin DeFi or Bitcoin layer 2s. This is because as Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, you have companies like MicroStrategy that are launching their development parts of their company. You have Justin Sun announcing that he's going to be investing heavily into Bitcoin layer 2s. And you even have Marathon, one of Bitcoin's largest miners, announcing their Slipstream service, which is going to improve transactions for all of these DeFi products. So Bitcoin layer 2s, while it's still early and there's not a lot of them, this is an industry that's starting to gain a ton of traction. This, of course, means that Bitcoin DeFi and layer 2s haven't blown up yet, and it has a lot more room to upside with a ton of baggage. Now, like I said, it could be many different parts of the crypto industry, but you want to find one that's emerging. Now, with all of that, the biggest part of finding a narrative is just finding one simply that normies are going to attach themselves pretty easily. Keep it simple, don't overthink it, and like I said, it could be AI, tokenized real-world assets. Just make sure that the narrative is big enough to grab a lot of attention during the bull run. Okay, so you've picked your narrative. Now for step two, you're gonna wanna pick a token. And the best way to do this is by simply going to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and search for whatever sector you've picked. Then start looking at what's out there. You wanna be looking for tokens and projects that are new, as in they launched after the summer of 2022. From there, you're gonna wanna look at their chart. Is there a positive trend in the price action? Or is it flatlined? Momentum is one of the biggest keys to finding a successful project, as it obviously equates to how much network activity is around it. So you want to find the ones that have a low market cap, just launched, but have significant volume, as that's going to show you which ones have the most potential to see upside. Now, don't go looking for only the ones that have a few $1 million of market cap, because that, of course, guys, is going to be where things get really risky. It's really important to diversify that portfolio. Have large caps, have your blue chips like Polygon, Matic, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. before you branch out to all of these hidden altcoins that have insanely low microcaps. You don't want VCs and early investors to continuously dump on you and keep the price down instead of letting it rip. And that is what's gonna happen with the majority of the microcap tokens. Now, step three, you're gonna wanna check out this project's website. And for God's sake, educate yourself about the project before you go aping in all of your money. You wanna ask yourself, what problems is it solving? Does the solution scale beyond just crypto degens? Do they have a roadmap? Is the team doxxed? Have they been sued by the SEC? And seriously, even if you think I'm kidding, guys, please do your own research. Now, step four is gonna be simply checking the fundamentals. Yes, you heard that right. Not the pumpamentals, but the actual fundamentals. DeFi Llama is perhaps one of the best places to start. Is there sustained activity over time? Is the activity growing? Is the TVL, or the total value locked on the project, at an all-time high? You're also going to want to check out if they're audited. Does it have a sustainable revenue model? But the biggest alpha from DeFi Llama is seriously going to be that TVL. This is perhaps my favorite feature, as it lets you see how much money is locked up within a given network. The more money within that network, the more money that can be invested back into that network. So basically, it shows you how much of an arsenal the project has to run in the next crypto bull run. Basically, you want to understand the use case and find out if people are actually investing in and using the project and its token. If not, that, well, tells you it's more than likely just going to be a slot machine. Now, the next thing you're going to check is the vesting schedule and token unlocks. This is important to make sure that in the next few weeks, there isn't going to be a huge flood of unlocked tokens hitting the market, and of course, driving the price back down. If there's a huge token unlock coming, be patient and look for an entry afterwards. Token_unlocks is a great resource for things like this. But you should also be able to find this information in any project's white paper. Yes, I expect you to read the white paper. This is Discover Crypto, not a degen dungeon. We don't gamble, we invest. We read stuff here. Now, anyways, moving on. Step 6 is going to be simply checking the hype on social media. This is the stage where you want to start checking, yes, the pumponomics. The pumpamentals, guys, are super important. The way you can find a project that is going to actually be able to be hyped up is simply by the engagement on things like X, aka Twitter. If it's got a large community and a genuine community, when you hop onto their Twitter or into their Telegram, you're gonna see hundreds, if not thousands, of investors talking back and forth. Now, of course, you want good fundamentals. You want good tokenomics. You need to vet the project. But the reality is, guys, you can have the cure for cancer, but if nobody knows about it, no one's ever going to use it. And that's why marketing is 50% of tokens price action on a general basis. The more hype it has on social media, generally the higher price action it's going to see. If Coca-Cola buys into your project and launches a marketing campaign, your price of that project is going to see usually higher highs. If no one's partnering with that project, no one's interested in that project, and no one's talking about that project, well, of course, it's probably going to die. So make sure that they have good engagement on their social media. Now, the next step is finding an entry price. You can do some basic TA on TradingView to look out for support and resistance levels, and of course, your accumulation zones. But don't get too hung up on this. Obviously, you want a good entry, and you definitely don't want to be chasing pumps, but the key here is patience and paying attention. Laddering your bids, or dollar cost averaging, is a very good idea. Whatever strategy works for you is fine, so make a plan and just simply stick to it. But the main thing is you want to know that your bags are packed before, of course, the bull run blasts the altcoin market off to the moon. Now, there's a lot more secrets and really cool websites that can help you find the next biggest gem. If you have your own favorite, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. And seriously, let me know what projects you're watching. What low cap gems have you found that you believe can pop off this bull run? Because I want to say this just one last time. This is the cycle of all cycles. So don't miss it. Good luck, and I'll see you at the top.